Hello, Dr. Vicki Peterson here. I wanted to talk to you today about a study that came out that didn't really correlate with much of the information we know, and this is in the area of gluten sensitivity. This study was reported in the American College of Gastroenterology, and it came out of Columbia University. Dr. Peter Green was the lead researcher there. And basically what they were attempting to look at was to find out what is the incidence of the population that has gluten sensitivity. But they went about it in rather an unusual way. What they did was they didn't do any testing, they just asked people, and the people they asked were those who had been tested for celiac disease and found not to have it. So of that group who were negative for celiac disease, they simply found out what percentage of those people maintained a gluten-free diet despite the negative celiac test because they felt better on a gluten-free diet. And based on that, they found that half of 1%, specifically 0.55%, so basically half of 1%, maintained a gluten-free diet even though they were negative for celiac disease. And based on that group, they decided that the overall incidence of gluten sensitivity was half of 1%. Doesn't make much sense to me, and it certainly doesn't get anywhere close to what Dr. Alessio Fasano found. He put the incidence at about 7% when he did his research a couple of years ago. And Dr. Fasano was actually interviewed after this study came out from Columbia University, and he felt that, let me get the quote exactly, he said he felt the study was extremely biased and not informative, and I must say I agree with him because they just didn't take a broad population and test them. They took a very limited population, and do understand that our success rate, if you want to call it that, maybe we should call it our failure rate, it would make more sense, but the facts are that we only diagnose 3 to 5% of individuals with celiac disease. We are very poor at diagnosing this disease. So then to take that limited amount of people who have been tested and try to extrapolate just really doesn't make any sense. So why am I bringing this up? Really twofold. I think too often what happens is that if a person is not corroborated or supported in what they know about themselves, for some people that is enough to kind of dissuade them from doing what they know is right. So what I mean by that is that often patients who really know they feel better off gluten are dissuaded to go against that because they don't have a test that says anything. Obviously it takes a lot of discipline and it's hard work to stay on a gluten-free diet, and then you read a study like this and you say, wow, half of 1%, what are the odds that I fall in that category? And you can kind of negate what you know about your own body and your health. We know that the repercussions of gluten when you are intolerant to it, whether it's from celiac disease or gluten sensitivity, it has very far-reaching effects on the human body, anywhere from neurological symptoms to skin conditions, autoimmune disease, digestive. It goes on and on. There's hardly an organ or system that gluten doesn't touch when someone's intolerant to it. And so for that reason, I just wanted to bring this to light, because if you've heard anything about this and you thought, wow, I must, maybe it's not what I think, I've had so many people tell me that gee, yeah, no, I felt so much better for sure. But then I started, and they start to negate what they know. So don't do that. This study is flawed, absolutely. Even Dr. Fasano, who is not quick to judge because he's a wonderful man, and he really respects researchers and how much work goes into what they do. I've met him personally on several occasions, and he is not quick to judge. So for him to come out that strongly against the study, you know how flawed it is. So If you suspect you're intolerant to gluten, if you need some help, definitely call me, write to me. We're more than happy to help. But don't start eating gluten just because you heard the results of some flawed study and think, oh, it's probably not likely, because it is likely, and it's probably even more than the 7% that we currently think it is, because research in this area is in its infancy. We have a lot more to learn. So I just wanted to pass that along as a little support to you. And please let me know how you're doing, if you have any questions, and if there's anything I can do to help you or a member of your family. All right, so until next time, I wish you very good health.